Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Book HQ. So today I want to talk a little bit about writing process, using myself as an example. I don't particularly have a very sort of fixed, rigid process. I know there's some people who have, set for themselves that they write for an hour every single day, but I have never really sort of been able to do that because I'm a bit of a procrastinator, but now I also have a very small infant, so all my writing and my work and my house chores kind of happen in the spurts of napping that she does. So it's a little bit of a juggling act that I'm trying to find a balance in. But generally speaking, like when I was writing my novel, I was taking notes. Whenever I got like ideas, I would write the notes down either on my phone or my iPad or my computer. And that I found to be really useful because, when you take your notes down on the notes, they appear like everywhere, and I didn't have to struggle like I did before in the past. I sometimes used to do handwritten notes and sometimes use my computer to make notes and sometimes write notes on my phone, and it was always so difficult to merge all these notes together into something comprehensive and useful that I could turn into a work, a piece. So I use notes. Sometimes I use Evernote, admittedly not that much because it's not as easy. Like I never really have to do anything with notes. I find that I get really inspired to write, like it's like an itch that I need to scratch on days when it's gray and overcast and kind of rainy. Then I really feel like either inspired to write or I really have the urge to sit down and read and finish reading whatever it is that I'll be reading at the moment. Something else that's also really useful in helping like jog the brain out of its like sluggish writer's block or procrastinative mode is music. Sometimes I find that a particular piece of writing goes well with a certain kind of music or a certain kind of song. Sort of like, when you watch a movie and there's like a song playing in a particular scene and then there are different songs in different scenes. I sort of have that with writing. And so sometimes when I'm stuck, music really helps a lot. And then also just like general everyday life things that I would be dealing with at the time sometimes also help spur on the writing. And then nature. I really get very inspired when I'm out on walks in nature. It would be great to go out to all the really cool, beautiful places in nature. I can't really do that all the time. And when I can't, I look at photos of like beautiful scenery like in Iceland or whatever, or places I've been, even in Victoria Falls or whatever, and it really helps with inspiring me to write or help me get out of like my sluggish writing. I guess it's kind of like a funk. Yeah, my sluggish writing funk. So yeah, those are some of the things that help me kind of in my process. Like I said, it's not really a process. It really depends. Another thing, which is kind of the obvious thing, which really helps, get the writing going and help me bang something out, is a deadline. I remember I finished my novel actually just before my wedding because my editor was like, this is the only time that I have the time to allocate to edit your work and it needs to be done by then. And so during that time, I was really like banging it out. I just let go of like wedding planning and everything, left that to my mother, my sister, my sisters-in-law, and my husband, and I was like, I need to finish this. And yeah, so deadlines also are really good in helping me get something done, something on paper or proverbial paper screen. The other thing is that I belong to a writers group and we meet once a month. And so the idea is that like we set out a goal in the meeting, and by the time the next meeting rolls around, it's kind of like an accountability type thing where, in the next meeting, we check to see if you met the goal or if you didn't meet the goal. And that's also really a great thing to help like get the writing going, because you know that you either have to present something or just like let the people know like whether you met your goal from the previous month or not, which is great. Generally speaking, when I have an article or a story or an academic paper, I know what I want to write about and I have an idea, like a framework. And so the thing that I need a push with is kind of fleshing out in detail the content. That's how I do my writing. I would be very interested to hear if anybody else watching has a writing process, or if you don't have a process, or if this was helpful or insightful. Anyway, share whatever you're thinking after having watched this video. I would love to hear and know and swap notes. But yeah, until next time, keep reading and keep watching. Bye-bye.